pre-mission, I don't know that I had a specific list of things that I did. I definitely made scripture study a priority. That was something that was true even before I was kind of at the mission prep age, though, and I think that was important to just have a relationship with the Book of Mormon. And I would say that as a relationship, not just, to really have studied it heavily and, love the Book of Mormon, have a testimony of it, because at the end of the day, that's the one thing that sets us apart, especially for me being, bound to a largely Christian area where I served, but really having a testimony of the Book of Mormon and of the restoration going into the mission field. And because the mission is really difficult, sometimes we understate that a little bit, but the mission is very difficult, and so you really want to be sure of that testimony that you have and remembering why you're out there, and so that you can stay focused on that and stay excited. So I think that's maybe the biggest thing. I feel like of all preparation things, that I could have done or did do, what was the most important for me, I think, was reading the Book of Mormon. Reading Preach My Gospel too, I think, it was, by the time I went, that was definitely being encouraged. Preach My Gospel had only been out, I think, for, 4 years or a few years. It was still on the somewhat newer side, I think, in a sense, when I was out, but we were, encouraged to study that at priest quorum and, in preparation for the mission. And aside from that, I think just learning to be independent, especially with, I went at 19, but, some go now at 18, and it's a change. It's really a change to be completely on your own and to be on your own with those demands. And so I think being as prepared socially, mentally, mental health, like those kinds of things are just very important to having a positive mission experience. Not just to being able to do the best you can for the people you serve, but having a positive experience yourself, loving what you do and being excited every day to go out and work, because it is exciting. I think just enjoy the MTC. I know that sometimes it's hard. I remember a number of the missionaries I was with, you get pretty restless and you just kind of want to get out of the MTC, and to a degree, I think that's understandable, because you weren't called to go to the MTC, you're called to serve a mission, but there, at the same time, that is really an important preparation, because that's, you have nothing to do except study, preach my gospel, study the scriptures, and in my case, play Foursquare, because I was really big in Foursquare. The MTC was pretty good, if I can say so. But, just really make the most of that MTC experience, and you get a chance to hear from general authorities, and, typically really make the most of that and preparing so that you are ready to hit the ground running.